1 month ago, in 2+2 meeting, as Jaishankar remarks on India's oil purchase from Russia said, if you're looking at India's energy purchase from Russia, I would suggest your attention should be on Europe. We buy some energy necessary for our energy security, but I suspect looking at figures, our purchases for the month would be less than what Europe does in an afternoon. Also, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said there is a concern about the inclusiveness of the dispensation about the treatment of women and minorities in Afghanistan. As he stated, Afghanistan was a key issue of discussion in the India-Australia 2+2 dialogue. When the oil prices go up, I think it is natural for countries to go out into the market and look for what are the good deals for their people, Jaishankar said. But I am pretty sure if we wait for 2 or 3 months and actually look at who are the big buyers of Russian oil and gas, I suspect the list would not be too different from what it used to be, and I suspect we won't be in the top 10 on that list, he said. And he was right, because now the European countries have to pay in ruble to import the same goods and services from Russia. Russia was already exporting it at a discounted price, but now it will trade in ruble, causing ruble go up. According to Bloomberg, the ruble is 2022's best performing currency, inching out an 11% increase in its exchange rate with the dollar over the last 4 months. US did the same by taking back its army from Afghanistan, forcing NATO to do it too. US only used NATO's resources, exploiting it for its needs. Now Finland's president informs Putin of NATO membership bid. The Kremlin said on Thursday that neighboring Finland joining NATO would definitely represent a threat to Russia after the Finnish leadership backed entering the US-led alliance. The decision by the two Nordic countries to abandon the neutrality they maintained throughout the Cold War would be one of the biggest shifts in European security in decades. Moscow called Finland's announcement a direct threat to Russia and threatened retaliation, including unspecified military technical measures. It came even as Russia's war in Ukraine was suffering another big setback, with Ukrainian forces driving Russian troops out of the region around the second-largest city, Kharkiv, the fastest Ukrainian advance since forcing Russia to withdraw from the capital and northeast more than a month ago. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said the Finns would be warmly welcomed and promised a smooth and swift accession process. Finland and Sweden are the two biggest EU countries yet to join NATO. Finland's 1,300-kilometer, that is 800-mile border will more than double the length of the frontier between the US-led alliance and Russia, putting NATO's guards a few hours' drive from the northern outskirts of St. Petersburg. Finland must apply for NATO membership without delay, President Sauli Niinisto and Prime Minister Sanna Marin said in a joint statement, hoping steps to take the decision would be taken rapidly within the next few days. Asked whether Finland's accession posed a direct threat to Russia, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said, "Definitely NATO expansion does not make our continent more stable and secure. This cannot fail to arouse our regret and is a reason for corresponding symmetrical responses on our side," Peskov added. Russia's foreign ministry said Moscow would be forced to take retaliatory steps of both military, technical, and other nature, giving no further details. Russian officials have spoken in the past about potential measures, including stationing nuclear-armed missiles on the Baltic Sea. Russia suspended electricity supplies to Finland overnight after its energy firm RAO Nordic threatened to cut off supplies over payment errors, an official for Finland's grid operator told AFP on Saturday. RAO Nordic had Friday said it would suspend supplies, citing problems with payments as Helsinki prepares to announce its application for NATO membership in the wake of Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. But the shortfall was being made up by imports from Sweden. Finland imports about 10% of its power from Russia. RAO Nordic says it has not been paid for electricity since May 6, but has not spelled out if this was linked to European sanctions against Russia. Moscow's February 24 invasion has swung political and public opinion in Finland and Sweden in favor of NATO membership as a deterrent against Russian aggression. Both countries have long cooperated with the Western military alliance and are expected to be able to join it quickly. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg has repeatedly said they would be welcomed with open arms. So this was for today. Give us your thoughts on this in the comment section, and if you appreciate our content, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with your family and friends. We will meet soon in a new video. Thank you. Jai Hind.